Once in a blue moon, I like to actually promote a product out there that I think everybody should have in their garage, and today is one of those. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the garage, and today we are talking about the cheapest quality tubing bead roller, or just bead roller, it's not tubing, bead roller that you can get out there, and that is the Eastwood Elite 8-inch bead roller. This thing retails for about 90 bucks. I bought this out of my own pocket because I've been needing something to do bead rolling on intercooling ducting for forever. And if you go out there and look at a lot of them, it's just like, oh, this one's made for intercooling ducting, and yeah. They're wanting $150 to $300 for those things. And I'm thinking there's got to be a better way. Eastwood sells this nice unit for 80 bucks, 80, 90 bucks, around there. And it has an 8-inch throat in there, comes with two dies, comes with the 3/8 bead die, and then it comes with another offset die that I will never use. I wanted to buy it just for that one. Well, I've used Eastwood bead rollers in the past, and I wasn't that impressed by them. I'll be 100% honest with you. Granted, those were like 16-inch throats on those. They're big, they're unwieldy, they're heavier than all get out. This thing is just an absolute beast whenever it comes to rolling a bead. So we're going to roll a bead on a piece of intercooler duct I have on here. But to give you an idea, I used this the other day to roll beads on 3-inch exhaust pipe, and it had no problems whatsoever beading 3-inch exhaust. So aluminum intercooler ducting, man, that's just cake for this thing. So let's check it out. We'll get a little bit closer look. Coming in at about 24 pounds, you get the quality that you've come to expect from Eastwood products. You've got a nice, thick, sturdy vise plate to mount this thing in. The handles unscrew, so this thing will compactly go back into its box for storage whenever you're done with it. Has the nice grease Zerks on all of your fittings. And then the dies are just held in with bolts on the side, and then Allens that are keyed into the position so they rotate. Thing works really great. You've got a 10 millimeter compression nut on there, and so I'm going to kind of rotate this thing around and get a better angle where you can kind of see. It's kind of a pain because I have to sit here, and here's a pipe, a piece of junk pipe. You can see sort of a bead on here that I did with the bigger bead roller back in the day. I ended up having to go back in and weld on buttons on here to keep the intercooler pipe from blowing off. So we're going to go ahead and just add a nice bead on here so you can see how easy it is. We'll put it on the bottom die, ripple it out, and we'll tighten this thing down. Whenever it starts getting snug, I go about half a turn for the first one. And then we just try and keep this thing straight as we go around in a circle. This bead's going to be a little bit further in on the pipe than you normally would run it. It'll make it a little bit easier. And as you go, you can see where your bead starts forming on here. Nice and simple. And then I go about half to 3/4 of a turn every rotation. Don't want to overdo it, but on aluminum that's a little bit softer, it makes it a little bit easier. And we should really start getting a bead forming now. Yep, there she is. In fact, I'm going to run it one more time through at this depth. Let me tighten my vise up so we're not moving around so much. Okay. Now here comes the money. Whenever we get to this point, we start making really big improvements. So we're going to do about a 1/4 turn. Just keep walking that line straight into your dies so you're working the same bead all the way through. And after about 4 or 5 passes, you're going to have a nice bead on this thing. And you are not going to have to worry about intercoolers couplings blowing off, piping couplings blowing off ever again. And for 90 bucks, it's hard to beat this unit. It's just a beast. Especially because you have so much leverage with the handles over here. Makes it nice. Yeah, that looks good. I don't think we need to go any deeper than that. Run it through one last time, then you can see the final product. Perfect. Ran this one a little bit deeper in on the pipe than we normally would, but not a big ordeal. This is just for educational purposes. There you have a perfectly rolled bead, that thing is not blowing off. And you can even roll it out deeper if you wanted to. Another round or two tightening it down. But I'm telling you, that is money right there. Some of the best money I've spent on tools in the garage in a long time. Once again, Eastwood Elite 8-inch bead roller. So as I said, totally unbiased review of this thing. I bought this with my own money, out of my own pocket. I'm not about to go out there, buy a nice set of terminal crimpers, cut it down, grind it, walk it around in circles. For 80 bucks, you can knock out all of your intercooler piping and have sweet, sweet, sweet beads on there like this one in an hour. You can literally do your whole kit in an hour or less with this thing. So if you are doing a new intercooler setup, I highly suggest grabbing one of these, even more than having somebody weld beads on. Don't waste rod, don't waste time. Get this thing. This is a goat rope garage must buy for anybody running forced induction. So hopefully that helps some of you guys out in your search for the perfect bead roller for your intercooler ducting. I mean, it's just so cheap compared to everything else. It's a win-win situation. And if you need to actually roll beads on some sheet metal or stuff, you've got one. Granted, it's only got an 8-inch throat, but who cares about that stuff? So, well, I've got some tuning to do. I need to get back to it, but I just wanted to take a moment and let you know how much I love this piece of equipment. So, thanks for stopping by the garage. Remember, ABT, always be tuning.